Hey guys, welcome to Fantasy Tip. Max here with you for the weekend ads of Week 19. Pleasure to be here as always. Quick update on how I'm doing. Fresh off of 4 wins for 4 leagues last week, which brings my annual record to 48, 22, and 2. That's 68.1%, which is almost identical to my all-time record of 68.2%. Who doesn't love consistency? Enough about me, let's jump into what we're all here for and look at the best available options under 70% rostered. This week we have 3 games Friday, 13 games Saturday, and 7 games Sunday. For the Friday and Saturday schedule, we have a little bit of a weaker group here. Only the Edmonton Oilers and the Minnesota Wild in action. Brock Faber tops this list. He is my top defenseman of the week. Still the PP1 option in Minnesota, already has 33 points on the season. Corey Perry comes at number 2, being on a line with McJesus and Leon. At the time of making this video, very important to note, easy pickup for now. Marco Rossi at number 3, he's got 3 points in the last 4 games, plays on the second line with Zook and Johansson, also has PP2 time. The forward pool in Edmonton is very weak, the depth I mean. Therefore, I turned myself to the best option at the blue line, being Matthias Ekholm. So consistent in terms of shots, hits, blocks. He can also get the occasional points, being on the most talented offensive team in the league. Ryan Hartman at number 5. He is on the 4th line right now, but that doesn't really affect his time on ice and production. He's good all around, get penalty kill and PP2 time. If moved up the lineup, his stock will rise. Marcus Johansson completes the Marco Rossi and Zuccarello line. PP2, definitely not my favorite candidate to pick up this week, but still a decent option. Warren Foegele, PP2 center, plays 3rd line minutes at the moment in Edmonton. It's worth noting that PP2 doesn't see much action. Also, if Corey Perry gets downgraded to 3rd line and Warren Foegele ends up with the big dogs, just interchange them in the ranking. For Friday and Sunday, we have the Buffalo Sabres, the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Chicago Blackhawks, and the Winnipeg Jets. At number 1, Gabe Vilardi. Could he be back in our good graces? After going 6 games without a point, he's got 8 in the last 3. He's on fire. First line with Scheifele and Kyle Connor, and also has his spot on the PP1. At number 2, the best Swiss knife player in the NHL, that's streamable, Boone Jenner. Speaking of Swiss knife player, by the way, guys, I will be releasing the 2023-2024 best Swiss knife options really soon. This will include top waiver wire pickups for the playoffs, and it's going to be about players who can get a little bit of everything and become phenomenal streaming options. We'll also have under 15% options for the deeper league folks. At number 3, Johnny Hockey, first line PP1 with Boone Jenner. He's got 12 assists in the last 11 games. Philip Kurashev at number 4. Connor Bedard is back. Therefore, Kurashev is also back in our rankings. I used to tell you guys Kurashev was the best under 5% rostered player, but that was before Bedard left for injury. Now that he's back, Kurashev has 1 goal, 7 assists, 8 points in the last 6 games. Dylan Cousins, PP1 center in Buffalo, 11 points in the last 10 games. I scooped him up this week for the off days. Right after, we have Sean Monahan, fresh off a hat trick not too long ago. He plays with super talented forwards Perfetti and Ehlers, who are both struggling mightily. He is, however, on the right wing side of the PP1 for the Jets, with the big guns up front. Kirill Marchenko, let's get on with the Russian machine that is Columbus. Scoring threat, high shot volume, power play goal scoring specialist, and a +7 on a struggling team. Yegor Shinnikov is next. He only has 2 goals less than Marchenko with 10 games less played. He hits a little more but doesn't shoot as much. 24 of his 26 points came at even strength. And finally, Dmitry Voronkov completes the Russian trio and second line in Columbus. He brings size at his 6'4", 190-pound frame. He has 27 points in 47 games with a +6 ratio. He also wins you a lot of face-offs without the center designation. Casey Middlestad, second line center in Buffalo, PP2 option. Nick Foligno completes the first line in Chicago with Connor Bedard and Philip Kurashev. He is on a 6-game point streak where he's compiled 7 points. Like mentioned before, Nikolai Ehlers is not doing well at all with 1 assist in the last 8 games. His peripherals are super low as well, so he is a dangerous pickup, but he's also a high risk, high reward. JJ Peterka, another high risk, high reward player. No hits, no blocks, great shot volume, and he can be a deadly streamer if he hits a couple of goals. Tyler Johnson, 4 points in the last 4 games. 3 of those came on the power play. For the Saturday and Sunday section, we have 8 teams in action. The Anaheim Ducks, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Detroit Red Wings, Nashville Predators, New Jersey Devils, the Rangers, Philadelphia Flyers, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. At number 1, Ryan O'Reilly. I've been saying it all year. O'Reilly should not be on your waiver wire. I understand that the center pool is deep, but how shallow is your league if you catch O'Reilly on your waiver wire? 47 points. First line, PP1, plays well above 20 minutes a night, most games, sure value here. Patrick Kane at number 2, he is injury prone, but when he's on the ice, he looks 25. Even from the PP2, he is a danger. 2 goals, 5 assists, 7 points in the last 5 games, since being back, including 4 power play points and 1 game winner. Lock him up. At number 3, Owen Tippett, shot volume, occasional hitting, 4 points in the last 3 games, including 2 power plays and 18 shots. Lucas Raymond, second line in Detroit with the Cat and GT Comfer, 2 multi-pointers in a row and PP1 option. Anthony Cirelli has been on fire in the last month, 14 points in the last 30 days, that is 13 games. Morgan Frost has 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points in the last 5 games. He took over Sean Couturier's spot on the top power play. And then we have Mason McTavish that gives you a little bit of everything from the second line in Anaheim and second power play. He's got 36 points in 47 games. I'm putting Timo Meyer somewhere between 7 and 8. I did forget that he is no longer 70% rostered. He hasn't been at his best and he's having a rough season, but his skill set is too good to ignore him. GT Comfer is streaky, but he's riding a good period right now. Second line center, and although Detroit is stacked offensively, he's been on the PP1 for quite a while. 9 points in the last 11 games. At number 9, Gustav Nyquist. He is my comeback player of the year so far. He's going for career highs all around with 42 points in 55 games. I don't think anybody saw it coming. He is cemented on the top line and top power play with Ryan O'Reilly. PP1 option in Carolina, Michael Bunting, kind of streaky, high risk, high reward. Alexis Lafreniere from line 2 with Trocheck and Panarin is a classic here in these weekend rankings. Adam Henrique is the third line center in Anaheim behind the 2 youngsters, but he's low-key having a really good season. 36 points and more peripherals than usual. He's also the PP1 center. Alex Killorn and his teammate, 6 goals, 20 points in 36 games with a minus 15 differential. We're far from the Tampa totals, but he remains a decent streaming option. And finally, Andre Palat, Eric Holla. Palat has 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points in the last 8 games off the top line with Ishier and Bratt. Holla has 3 assists in the last 4 games playing with Jack Hughes and Tyler Toffoli. They are both on the PP2 in New Jersey. Now on to defensemen. Zach Werenski, another player I kind of forgot because I cannot comprehend that he's less than 70% rostered. But Werenski is always the best option. 6 points in 8 games since returning. Add 30 shots and 15 blocks to those total, and you understand why he's a lock. Brock Faber, PP1 option, 25.05 per game, good for 7th in the NHL. Faber is an excellent stream. I will repeat it. Seth Jones at number 3. I think we haven't seen the best from Seth Jones so far, and his point production should increase with the return of Connor Bedard. Of course, he is the PP1 QB. Cam Fowler at number 4. Listen, in the last 9 games, Fowler has had 3 multi-point games, but he did go pointless in the other 6. High risk, high reward once again, and PP1 QB in Anaheim. Shane Gostisbehere at 5. Ghost has been up and down all year. I hope you proud owners sold high when you could have. Although he was a sell high candidate, he remains a great streaming option from Detroit's PP1. If you know me by now, you know I love great floors with 0.35 to 0.5 points per game production for defensemen, and that's exactly what you get out of Neil Pionk. 2 assists in the last 3 games, good shot volume, good hitting volume, good block volume. I'll repeat myself, but I love me some Pionk. At 7, Matthias Ekholm, PP2 defenseman with a good floor. Travis Sanheim has been highly inconsistent, but he's been on the hotter side recently. 3 points in the last 4 games with a bunch of pair-offs. Brady Shea, a little bit of everything here. Low-key 30 points on the season, 7 power play points, and 3 shorthanded points. And finally, Luke Hughes has an amazing spot on the PP1 with highly talented offensive players in New Jersey, but he's been fairly inconsistent. His lack of peripherals must be a killer for some fantasy managers holding on for dear life. 1 assist, -4, 15 shots, 1 hit, 9 blocks in the last 8 games. That's bad. High risk, high reward. And finally, Adam Bockwist is the PP1D in Columbus. He doesn't hit. He has okay shooting and okay blocking. Other options include Jamie Drysdale, struggling but PP1 in Philly. Chernak, great floor, hits, blocks. Keandre Miller, no power play, good floor. Still has decent point totals. Alex Carrier, PP2. Yoki Arju, PP2. And Nick Seeler is the NHL's blocking leader. Now let's jump into the goaltenders. Keep an eye on which game Kevin Lankinen plays this weekend. Nashville should get going with easy matchups. Alex Lyon or James Reimer, this could be a trap game, but on paper, I'm riding. Now Jonathan Quick, if he gets Columbus, he could be the goalie steal of the weekend. Spencer Martin or Kochetkov, Carolina is just so good, it doesn't really matter who's in net. Although this is a tricky matchup in Buffalo, I'm still riding confidently. Laurent Brossoit probably won't play, but if he does get the green check mark at home on Sunday, he is a lock. Johansson hasn't played much, but Tampa is on a back-to-back and at home. And finally, Peter Mrazek has a home game against Detroit. He's been incredible with what he's been given this year. And like I said earlier, this could be a trap game. And Mrazek is going to see a lot of puck anyways. Now let's jump into the category section of the video. First, the shots, Patrick Kane 3.1, Couturier at 3, Nikolai Ehlers 2.9, Boone Jenner, Cam Atkinson, JJ Peterka also 2.9, Werenski 2.8, Timo Meyer 2.7, and Lafreniere 2.6. As for the blocks, Nick Seeler 2.9, Jake Wallman 2.6, Brodin 2.5, Lyubushkin and Radko Gudas at 2.5 and 2.3, and Eric Gudbranson at 2.3. For the hits, Jeremy Lauzon far ahead at 4.7 hits a game, Radko Gudas 3.6, Sherwood and Hathaway 3.5, Delorier's teammate at 3.3, Luke Shen, Will Quile 3.2, Jared Tenorti and Yakov Trenin at 3.1. For the faceoffs, we have Couturier at 10.8, O'Reilly and Jenner at 10.3, Jordan Stahl at 10, Lowry at 8.5, Adam Henrique at 8, Dickinson at 7.7, Colton Sisson 7.4, and Mason McTavish 7.2. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like the content, please click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and I will be back very soon with some more content. Good luck to everybody this week. Playoff is just around the corner.